Right, hi everybody. Simon here, Projects in the Barn. And today we're going to be looking at the start of getting off the rear suspension, as I've been promising to do for a couple of months now, at least. So it is a Monday. My wife goes back to work tomorrow. I've still got the children off from school for another couple of weeks, but I've got another week off. So I'm going to see what I can achieve in the next week before I have to go back to work. Probably won't be a lot, but we're going to try and do something. So those that remember, cast your mind back to when we started doing the rear suspension. I went round on the last video. I think I sort of squirted everything up with some WD-40. So what my initial plan is today is to go round and try and crack off each nut bolt that needs to come off to get the rear suspension removed. So that's what I'm planning on doing. So I'm just going to go around, see what I can undo, what I can't. Hopefully I'll be able to get all of them at least just cracked off. That's my plan today. And then if I can do that all the way around, so I can see where I am with it, if any are too rusted, stuck, do I need to apply heat, do I need to put on more penetrating fluid? That's what I want to try and do today. So I just lifted the cover up a little bit just to reveal the beautiful lines of the rear part of the car. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. So that's my plan today. So I'll bring the camera in closer so we can see where we are and then see what I can undo. Hopefully you can see what I can see, and we'll go from there. So I'll move the camera over to the car and we'll see what we can sort out. Hopefully we'll be able to make some progress. Right, so I think what we'll do first, if we can, is get the rear disc off. So I'll just have to free off the rear handbrake shoes. So on mine, I've got a little cap just here. So if I can get this cap out. There we go. It's like a little, if you can see that, like a little spring-loaded cap. And then we just need to back the shoes off. I've just got to remember which way. I say remember, I've never done it on this particular car before. So we just need to back off whichever way the shoes go. So it'll probably tell me inside a guide somewhere. There should be a little star adjuster here, a little wheel. So it'll be a case of getting on that wheel. I can't even point the camera in to show you. Get to the right side, that is. Right. So it should be on the left side of the brake cylinder, he says. I can feel a spring. Let me get my torch in there. I should have read it in the book first, shouldn't I? Trust me, bear with me. Let me just have a look, see which side the adjuster's on. Right. So apparently it's in the 12 o'clock position and it's above the spring. So that's kind of right, first time round. It's like a little star wheel in there. And then we just got to adjust it one way or the other. I'm sure down So basically I'm catching the top of if the cog's there, I'm catching the top of it and rotating it down that way. And that should be loosening it off, hopefully. Oh, it's coming, there you go. There we have it. Right. Disc off. So if you can see where my screwdriver was coming in, there's a wheel. So this is the wheel cylinder. It's tiny. That's surprising. On my Volkswagens, like the Type 25 for example, they're about maybe 4 inches long. So my hole, so my screwdriver goes through the hole. So it's just slightly off 12 o'clock, look. So it comes in. So if you go straight in, you're hitting this screw. So you want to come in on this star shape. In fact, I'll bring the camera down so you can see what I'm talking about. Might not be able to see from there. So, I'll take it out. There we go. This is where we're going in. So with the disc on, focus. So we go through the hole of the disc, which goes through this hole and goes on this star adjuster. And by levering against this part of the hub, we just rotate it. And as we can see there, as we rotate it down, the thread's closing up. Or we go the other way, I should say. See, that's it. So as we're pushing up, look, the threads are closing. So up is to close the threads or to close the shoes. So by pushing up is to close them. Pushing down opens them out, spreads them out. So yeah, by rotating down that way, we're going along the thread and opening the shoes. And then by pushing up on the wheel, basically a threaded bar just inside there. So by going up, we're closing up the thread, so the spring will be bringing the shoes in tighter. There we go. Hope that makes sense for you. Anyway, we got the disc off. Okay. So, I'll say those shoes could do with replacing. Let's put my light on here a minute. So we'll replace the shoes as well. May as well while we're here. The backing plate, certainly on the inside, is much better condition than the front. But again, we'll paint them up. Got some sort of serial number down here. 278EO, Echo Oscar. So right, this is one of my rear subframe mounting plates. So if I can take you underneath the van, bear with me. So it'll probably rotate in some weird way. So underneath here, just there, I've got one bolt, then another bolt, then another bolt up in there. So that's what I'm going to try and undo next. So again, I'll just set you up on the camera a bit higher up. You'll just see me struggling underneath the van. Okay, so we'll start. I think it's a 19. And tool review. Bought myself a dead blow hammer. 4 of those. So I got a dead blow hammer if I needed it. Right then. So I think we're 19 millimeters. I've only got my little socket set down here, which I'll be amazed if this gets it off. That's definitely a no. That's definitely a no. That's 19 again up there. Right. Need to get the breaker bar out. Whoop. and we will try it again with the breaker bar. Okay, so in real time, that's just taken me about half an hour. So I had to go home for something. Right. 19 mil on my breaker bar. Let's have a look. Yes. Right. 1. 2. 2 out of 3. Come on. Yes. I'm gonna have to go. Right. So we're loose. Obviously I'm not going to undo it all the way. I'm just loosening it off. Just want to be really careful with these ones here, because these are captive into the body. If I've got any rust in there, which I probably have, then I want to be super careful. So I'm going to have to undo, do up, undo, do up, to make sure I don't rip it out from the body. So these 3 on the engine support are okay. Hear the wind, surprisingly windy here today. So I'll have the same to do on the other side. So that's the rear suspension hangers, carriers, I don't know what the actual name is. We'll go for hangers, shall we? Rear suspension hangers. And then I've got this framework here. Which I guess is the rear diff support, rear diff hanger. I don't know what you'd call it, but that's held up into the vehicle. So I'm guessing that also needs to come apart. I don't know what size that is. Let me have a look. I will show you, I promise. I'll just find out what size the socket is. It's not a 19. That's too big. So let me get a different size. I also went all the way home, which is about a 30-second walk up the road. Still, I walked all the way home to go and find my long reach sockets, and they're still down here in the boot of the Jag. So let's try an 18. I know you can't really see a lot at this moment in time, just bear with me. Way too big. Let's go for a 16. Oh, just right. So we're 16 millimeters. For that. And I'll bring you down and show you where that is. So we've undone the 3 mounts here so far, and up to there. If I can focus in, this bolt here, that's on the, I guess, the diff carrier, diff brace. Thanks to this rusty piece of metal that bolts down to the rear anti-roll bar, drop links onto the back of the differential. So, but this is mounted to the vehicle, so I've got that one to undo. So let's see how we get on with that. Again, you're not really going to be able to see much, I'm afraid, but not much room down here. Again, you have to see me struggling from the top. That's if I can even get this on. Well, I think that one's actually too big, that socket. Probably just the rust. We have a 15. Yeah, 15 millimeters. So that bracket, that bush here is 15 millimeters. So it's just the rust that made it feel like 16. Oh, that's tight. But it moved. It's the only thing doing it with a breaker bar is the range of motion that you got. You're limited, but there we go. Right. We're moving. Again, I'm not going to take it all the way out. I just wanted to know that it's coming free, which it is, which is a bonus. So, rear hanger loose, rear bush on the Diff support brace is loose. What I want to try and do basically is remove a lot of the weight as I can, just to make it easier for me to handle when it's down or being lowered down. I think there's something, if I remember correctly, I think it's the exhaust hanger bracket. There's a couple of bolts on that, but as I said previously, I think I'm just going to cut the exhaust because it's pretty gnarly under here. I don't think in a million years the clamps are going to undo. Yeah, so yeah, I'll probably cut that. So we've got the shock, or the suspension unit, which is bolted up here. Now, someone has said to me about just taking off the lower shock absorber bolt here, like I did all those, or a year or two ago when I replaced the lower shock bushing in my old XK8. So I've been in there before, so someone's advised just to undo the shock there and leave the spring in place, but I'm not sure, because that's a hell of a lot of tension that that's on. So I might just undo, if they'll come off, those bolts there and try and drop it down. I think they're the bolts that come through, and it's nuts that hold the shock or the spring tower up there. I'm sure they're inserts. I think the bolts themselves are inserted from underneath here. They've got little star ends on them, so I can only imagine they were threaded up in. So I expect the whole lot will want to come out. It's probably going to be a 13mm, I would say. Again, I'll show you again in a minute, but while I'm down here fiddling around, I may as well see if I can get the right size socket. Everything's just so corroded, that's the problem. I think a 13 is going to be too big. Might just be where it's so corroded. But a 12, so that's a 12, is definitely too small. So it's probably going to be 13. Yeah. 13mm. What's the chances of these coming loose? Very slim, I would suggest. Okay. Probably a bit of a pain to show you, but basically where the shock and spring assembly go up, I've got 4 bolts in each corner that want to come undone. I can already feel it's going to challenge me. Maybe that's why I was told to just undo the shock, leave that up in there. But that load must be enormous. And what I don't want to do is to undo that shock, let that come through. I don't know, I mean, I don't know. What I don't want to do is anything that's unsafe that one of you will follow and injure yourself. Because that's never good. It's just going to be getting up in there. Well, I'll give it a go. If I can get in, if not, I might have to change my socket. Yeah, this is the problems again. You know, if I had a star-headed socket, probably be a bit easier, but I haven't. These are hex heads. Right, let's have a look. Oh, easy peasy. Oh, that's like a million times easier than I thought. Again, I just don't want to round anything off. So I just want to get the socket on best I can. I know my head's in the way a lot, sorry guys. Oh, again, really easy, blimey. That is surprising, because it is like the Titanic under here. Right, okay. Let's see if I can get into this one. Well, that's really surprised me. Oh, look at that. Blimey. Now I can't tell obviously from here if the threaded bar is coming down or the nuts undoing, but they're coming down well easy. I don't know if I can get to the back one. Let's get underneath the car and have a look. See if I can get up on it. Well, as I was coming off so easy, if I swap that to a 13mm socket, I might be able to get up in there on an extension bar or two. Make my life a bit easier. I know this isn't very entertaining watching me underneath here, but bear with us guys. I can actually take, I think, those extensions off. I'll try just for the socket. Oh, that's the biggest challenge so far. Fitting the blooming tool up in there. Oh, we're on. Yes. Right, so that's all 4 of them loosened off. Okay, well that was a lot easier than I thought. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave it there. It's probably going about 20 minutes or so. So I say we've managed to loosen off the bolts going to the rear hangers here, loosen off the bolt on the bush on the rear diff hanger carrier strut brace thingy-bob, which I think is the actual technical term from Jaguar, and I've managed to loosen off the 4 bolts or nuts that hold the rear shock assembly up. I think other than the bolts that hold the exhaust, I believe, I don't think there's much more to undo. Obviously the same on the other side. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll we'll leave it there. And hello. Yeah, we'll leave the video there. I'll probably go and do the other side off camera because it's the same as what I'm doing here. Get to the stage where they're all undone and see if I find any snags. And then I'll probably come back, do another video showing you if that is all the fixings that are holding it up in place. But I will film me lowering it down. But I'll come back, like I say, I'll go and do the other side. I'll have a bit of an investigation, do my research and actually look up to see what else is holding it up there. And then I'll report back, show you my findings. But if nothing else, we'll come back on my next video and we'll show you, as I said, where all the fixings are. And then we'll start to lower it down and hopefully we'll drop it down, take it off. And hopefully that'll be that. And I can see I've got a bit of welding to do down here on the rear wheel arch, but just on the lower lip, on the lower part of the sill section. So if nothing else, I've revealed a few bits of corrosion to the body. As I said, I want to present this to the MOT man with 0 corrosion. That's my biggest fear, is having one of these cars with corrosion appear on the MOT. It's always a nightmare, it puts people off. So there we go, I'll leave the video there. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's been a while, but like I say, we're going to get back onto the car now and start doing some more stuff on the XKR as well as the other projects going on. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section below. If you haven't yet done so and you enjoyed the video and what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it helps to build the channel, helps to get it higher up to the search features when people search for Jaguar XKR, XK8, stuff like that. So the more thumbs up and likes that I get, the better the search results are for all the people that actually want to search for things to do with Jaguar XK and XKR. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time round on Projects in the Barn. From me, Simon, and my XKR, I'll have a quick tidy up, and I'll see you next time round. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. Bye.